Hello, hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of the Astral Calling here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls. Give me a minute, just whilst I quickly readjust cameras now that Maya's here. We thought Maya would be a little bit later than she was, so I got things going.
Hey.
But tonight, our party does things, but before they do things, we have very important announcements. Other shows on the channel. Saturday nights, Tabletop Bros, Solasta. Will we have calf this week? I don't know. Then Sunday night, Cozy Co-op. Just me this week. Probably going to do some Coral Island, maybe something else. I'll figure it out. Because we are down with Sarah for a cat show, and I want to give Emily some time to rest and relax after the busy weeks that she's had. Speaking of, the art show went very well. Emily kicked ass,
Yes,
as
good
she
job,
always
Em.
does. And if you want a lovely Teddy or Joe X Caccio stickers, talk to him.
Don't phrase it like that.
What?
The Joe X Caccio sticker.
Well, it's like Joe slash Caccio because they're both white cats.
It sounds like you're shipping them.
Joe X Caccio, then. Then on Monday,
He's too young. He's too young.
Jochio.
He's an infant.
Jotio.
He's but a boy.
He's just a baby.
Then Monday night,
Rose
speaking
fully
of ships,
dissociating.
Strike the Thousands AP. Will the many ships that have begun to sail be able to be set sail? Join us and find out. Then on Tuesday, the Sprout stream. Should Final Fantasy servers actually work? We did a dungeon this week, and then the servers shut down because they got DDoSed. So it was like, oh well, can't stream Final Fantasy tonight now. So then on Wednesday, Wild Ambition. Our party is going through one of the most well thought out dungeons I've done, I think, ever written, and I'm really excited for them. They've dealt with some creatures, they've dealt with some puzzles, and now they're dealing with some haunts and some other fun things. Yeah.
The safety has come off the fireball.
Uh-oh.
But right now they're helping a room full of little fairies no longer be scared.
So fireball.
Then on Thursdays we're off. Go to Muse and Games, play some Pathfinder 2e if you want. From a soon to be graded on their GMing Will. God, that's weird to say. To give Maya and Rose context, for Pathfinder Society, once you GM a certain number of games, you can get a star rating. I'm at the point now where in order for me to get to the final rating and become eligible for a number of cool things, I have to go and actually be graded on my GMing abilities.
Oh.
Which is terrifying.
I feel like you mentioned this slightly before, maybe, possibly.
Probably at
But
some point,
yay!
because I've been like
You should do it.
on and off the walls about it. Speaking of walls, tonight it is the Astral Calling. Our party's spectacular 5e adventure. And why are you here? Well, personally, I think it's because of the wonderful cast that we have. Starting off in no particular order, with tonight with Rose playing Luna. How are you doing tonight, Rose?
I'm alright. How's it going,
You know,
everybody?
It's going good. What if I told you, Rosalie, that I had a very important question for you?
Uh-oh. Alright. Okay. I'll answer it.
Okay, so here's the very important question. You have been
Me?
given the ability
Yes.
to cause one sort of creature to be fully populated around the world in a safe manner. Which creature do you cause to become suddenly fully populated around the earth? What is the
Real creature, fictional creature?
real creature, fictional creature, whatever you want? What is the I get to push a magic button and suddenly this thing is all over the world when it's normally either only in like one place or a few places? What do you go with?
Oh, I got this. Presses the button. Decent human beings.
What?
So fictional.
A very practical
That's
response.
so fictional to expect that from everyone on the planet.
Now, would that just replace all
It
the
would
people?
it would populate new decent people all over.
Nice. I like that. That's fun.
We're really relying on the provision of in a safe manner.
In a safe manner, yes, because obviously sudden, increases in the human population could be tricky. But it says it's safe, so
I
No,
count eat the
I
rich in a
cannot get
safe
consequences for that.
I fully count eating
I
the rich
imagine
as a
it's
safe
like
manner.
it's like some sort of like snap situation where like all the disappear
Listen.
and then reappear. Except just imagine at that moment the amount of pilots that would disappear.
So that wouldn't be in a safe manner then.
Yeah,
Safe for whom?
that's fair. Speaking of people who are safe, Matt
That's me.
playing Darius tonight, the safest cleric in all the world, where nothing
He
will
is
happen
very
to him.
cautious.
Hmm.
Did you say I was safe for work?
The safest cleric.
Okay.
You are also safe for work, I would say.
Not according to Nito.
Not with all the praying he
I was
does.
gonna say.
God damn it. Yes, hello everyone. I'm here to play the Forge Cleric, and I have a bad feeling at some point tonight I might have to do the old, what is it? What's the bake thing with a heat metal?
Cook and book?
Cook it and book it.
Cook it,
Cook
cook
and
and
book.
book, which is kind of horrific.
Mhm.
But if I have a very fun answer for this question of if I were able to populate the world with a real or fictional creature,
Hmm.
vengeful ghosts.
But
Fair
in a
enough.
safe
Oh,
but in a safe manner.
But in a safe manner.
For
Yes,
why?
they would only go after people who have done other people wrong.
Also.
Oh.
I was trying to think of some D&D creature that like goes after injustice, and I couldn't think of anything, so I thought, wait, ghosts. Just vengeful ghosts. So,
I don't know. I can think of plenty of evil people that probably died and want vengeance.
But he said it, but it's in a safe manner.
Yeah.
That's true.
We are
Speaking-
very much relying on this
We're
provision.
very much relying on my provision. Speaking of vengeance, someone who I feel
Rules
like
lawyer.
if they ever had to get vengeance would do so in like a very spectacular way. Chad, playing Vim tonight.
I am playing Vim. Our upturn. Fey Wanderer Ranger as my windows go crazy over here. Yes.
Still has less tabs open than McKenna, probably.
Yeah. I would imagine. I don't have that many open. I just have stuff spread out across both my screens.
That's fair. And the creature that you populate the world with?
I was trying to see if I could squeeze by and make it a 2-week streak of not being asked the question. Because
Nope.
last week,
I know.
last week you didn't.
I skipped you last week for time.
Creatures to be added in safe. I'm trying to think of the most like.
Was last week the combination weapon one?
No,
No.
last week was the familiars.
Oh yeah, it was familiars. Well, since you remembered, you
Yeah.
might as well answer both.
That was last week's question. Um,
This is the game Chad and I play, Chad.
being just so tied to the series for so long, it's hard for me to not immediately go to Moogles. But not like the lame ones that are in some of the games, more like the 12 or Tactic Advance Moogles that are capable of taking care of themselves in a way that the Moogles in other games don't seem like they would be able to.
Okay, so like the 12, you could also do 14 Moogles.
If I remember correctly, those, or maybe they showed different kinds. Some of the Moogles in 14 look a little.
So the Moogles are like the Moogle designs, but they do have the ability to be full classes. So like I would say,
Well,
arguably,
you
like,
know, except you can't play as them. It's
yeah,
kinda
except
lame.
you can't play as a Moogle. I'm sorry, Chad.
Kind of lame.
We'll petition in the next campaign to play a Moogle.
If you want, I can make Moogles. Listen,
Hey, Kupo.
we are home brewing the wildest stuff. And we are probably going to do a one-shot series for the Final Fantasy 14 TTRPG when it's out. So if people want to play Moogles in that, we're down.
Joke's on you, Will.
I tentatively I think have a PJ for that,
Oh,
which would be fun. Because I
Yay.
haven't gotten to hang out with PJ in a hot minute. And PJ is chill.
I adore PJ.
And joke's on you, Will. I've already tricked you into allowing a female Hrothgar into the game, essentially.
Oh yeah, you're 100% good. I would never disallow a
Hrothgar,
female
like
Hrothgar.
Skyrim?
No.
No, because, Will,
Okay.
apart from the extra limbs, what is Nito?
Yeah.
She's been here the whole time.
Speaking of people who have been here the whole time, McKenna
Hi.
playing Evie.
It's true. I have been
It's
here
true.
the whole time. Hello, everyone. My name is McKenna Reitainen, and I'm playing Experiment 3 version 13, also known as Evie, also known as Pudding. And, if I could populate the Earth with an additional creature,
Mm-hmm.
okay. When I was in the first grade, I did a whole school report about cheetahs, and their population decline is really, really tragic and scary and is still ongoing, and conservation efforts are really, really difficult because getting them to breed in captivity is nearly fucking impossible. So I want more cheetahs.
I
I
agree
want
with
them
this
to be-
wholeheartedly.
I think I could probably say more big cats in general. Give me more snow leopards. Bring back the Formosa clouded leopard. There are so many of them, and so many of them are so critically endangered or virtually extinct as it is. But I have a soft spot for cheetahs specifically. Even though they're not technically big cats, they're technically more closely related to dogs. And that's a cat fact.
In fact, we are down to Sarah tonight. But
You know I
now
had
to
to give it to him for
star
Sarah.
in their weekly segment, Maya.
What up, everybody? Today on Maya's Mukbang, we've got a pork tocino bowl, which is mostly devoured at this point, but it's so good. It's so good right now.
I love pork.
It's also like the first solid meal I've had for not I have eaten another solid meal during this day, but it was a little bit ago. Yeah, your girl's been running around. And it's been fun, but you know, we're here. We're queer. Our back pain is moderate to severe. More moderate today.
Touche.
Yeah. Also, side note, Will, is this question related to the direwolf thing?
No, I was just curious.
Hmm.
The direwolf thing, it was like a side story for me that one of the people in my Facebook feed is very adamant about.
Adamant. Adamant in what way? That they don't want them to come back?
I
That
was
it's not a
mildly
real-
But they're
dressed
not real
down.
direwolves.
Yeah. I'm like,
Okay.
okay,
You
sure.
can go wank off about it. I don't care.
And
Anyway.
shockingly, it wasn't squishy. If it was anyone in your friend group that I would have assumed would have opinion about the new dire wolves, it would have been squishy, but it wasn't her.
Amazing.
Trying to think the angle that was being taken.
This is me. I'm, usually very pedantic about details and stuff. I don't care. Call it a direwolf. It's fun.
Oh, that's the angle they were taking. Okay.
My creature of choice. I mean, again, we're probably going to be stretching the within safe boundaries rules a little bit, but dragons, obviously
Oh.
dragons. I
Fair
want
enough.
dragons.
Did you not
You're
see
like-
Rain of Fire?
I
I
don't
feel like-
care.
No, but I did see how to train a
Military
dragon.
world
Yeah.
militaries would immediately like try to weaponize the poor dragons.
I'm sure they would try.
That's
But in
why-
a safe manner.
That's why.
In a
That's why
safe
we
manner.
need dragons, like in the ancient Magus Bride. Just saying.
Like I'm sure they would try. I'm also sure they would get eaten.
Will, do you know anything about Shadowrun?
Yes, I know a lot about Shadowrun. I've 100%ed both of the RPG games.
Do you
exist
know
on
that the
PC.
richest person in the world in Shadowrun is the dragon Lofir?
Yep.
And he's kind of an asshole?
Yes, but I'm talking about the ancient Magus Bride dragons, which are
Okay.
wonderful creatures.
Also, very specifically, when I say dragons,
Yep.
I mean like and this goes back to like part of your original question, Will, of like dragons or like creatures that would like populate everywhere.
Hmm.
I want dragons of all different cultures, ranges, and sizes.
That's fair.
I want that. I want different species happening
Can I
and
just say
different
an
types
honorable
of
mention?
hordes.
The California condor, which was
Vibe.
actually deemed extinct. I know, I'm sorry, Rose. Just picture it with fluffy bunny ears.
We were almost
Um,
gone.
I know.
We almost took care of it.
Zoe!
Just out here hunting the California condor for sport.
God!
It was declared extinct, I think, like 87, and we brought it back from the brink. So it's on the upswing, much to Rose's malcontent, I'm sure. But I've got a soft spot for them as a California born and bred. That's my bird.
Oh my
Chad
God.
cry.
We
That's
fully
gonna be
vote
Good
Chad's
gag.
probably gonna be Chad's next character in the next campaign. It's
California
gonna be a
condor.
California condor kin.
Even if California doesn't exist, it will be a
It's
California
going to be a
condor.
California condor kid, and as we've already decided, he is going to be your character's bodyguard.
Have some avocado toast, caca.
Amazing.
And I
I
am Will.
finally had avocado toast for the first time, and it was good.
I love avocado toast.
I am Will, also known as Tabletop Rolls on the internet. And for my fun creature, imagine
say
if
some
you
weeb shit.
imagine. No, it's not. This is just some Will stuff. Rose, you
We'll
may
leave it
want
at
to take your
that.
headphones off for this.
I just talk.
Fair. Imagine, if you will, a velociraptor, but make it frog.
No,
What?
reject it.
Explain. Explain.
An
Denied.
amphibious velociraptor?
Yes, a frog
No.
velociraptor.
No.
Request denied.
Take it back.
I can't.
Sustained. Sustained.
Denied. Overruled.
Convince me. Convince me.
I just imagine a semi-aquatic, like dinosaur
It
frog,
would eat you.
What would it look like?
and I would be happy.
And how big would it be?
You
Why?
leave your vor shit out of this, Will.
Out the bullshit.
No, because it would just be fun.
Then-
Just imagine, if you will, right? Like,
No.
I won't.
okay. Well, on that note, chat, I'm going to roll our ad break, and then we'll get into the game. Last
I mean-
time.
So we're doing the. Oh no, never mind.
No, we're not.
What are
We're
we
back.
doing? Oh,
Why
Okay,
are we
well-
in the Protean Pavilion?
It's the Protea Pavilion, and you'd know that if you knew which screen we were on.
But welcome back, my
first
friends.
we were talking about mammal boobs, and now we're talking about a pavilion.
Hold on.
That's
Did
a
you really
lovely
need to
thing.
specify mammal ones? Like,
I guess
Well,
not.
That was me just
Well,
saying
we
that,
are in a
like,
TTRPG.
Angel from
so-
Lilo and Stitch is mammalian, and therefore, like, having mammaries is not unheard of.
But it is weird on her. You can't deny. It's
she's an
It's
alien.
weird on
American
you.
design.
Moving on.
Wow.
You heard it here, folks. Rosalie body shaming me.
we will never see the Maya Angel cosplay.
Rose out here.
You would never see the Maya Angel cosplay anyway.
Rose out here slaying condors and Maya tonight for some reason.
2 for 2?
Add me to the endangered species list, I guess.
It's fine. There's a crow hunt going on in northern Manitoba this weekend
Good.
What? Why?
because they go after baby cow eyes.
What?
Oh,
What are
dang.
those?
Yeah.
Because they're
hard.
evil.
I assume
Cows?
Calves.
like
Apparently,
like just while
Like-
they're breeding.
Oh.
Baby
yeah.
cows, they will
Apparently,
plug out their
apparently,
eyes.
yeah. Apparently, crows will just
Aw,
like
bump
go
up.
and like eat like bite baby cows'
Yeah,
ears
'cause
and
they're
pluck out
awful.
their eyes.
They're awful little minions, even
love
the
crows.
devil creatures. They're
They're just shiny.
dinosaurs.
Clearly,
Literally,
those
they're
baby
shiny
calves
things.
have
Every
not given them
single
enough shiny
corvid
things to
has
befriend them.
my heart. Every single corvid specifically, because they all can
Zero
giggle and
corvids.
laugh.
Even
The
when
two
they steal
dichotomies.
baby
With
eyeballs.
evil.
And they have empathy.
Dude,
At least
for
for other.
those-
And they choose
Not for
not
the
to
cattle,
use it, which
but-
makes it worse.
So do humans.
I feel like this is a conversation
I
that's not going to
don't-
go anywhere good.
Rose, if that
Like, humans
upsets
don't
you,
use the empathy.
Rose, if that upsets you, let me tell you about Mercedes. But last time on the Astral Calling,
Not even now. Her name is said.
our party started gathering some information about where their bard, Captain Cypress, might be held. Upon discovering a good amount of information about the large rock outside of the city that has been converted into a prison, our party decided to start making their way towards it, only to discover that the singular bridge basically was relatively well fortified and guarded. Trying to decide another way in, they went for a short shopping trip, where they went to a lovely, like, sort of general store called the Rock's Nest, where a variety of items were bought and sold. And then after that, they returned home to the inn that they had rented a room in, rested up a little bit, and Vim inceptioned someone.
Mhm.
So you just have to.
Need to go
I
deeper.
forgot that happened. I'm gonna be honest. I was so focused on the shop trip part of the episode.
I mean, forgetting Inceptions is kind of a thing about Inception, so.
That's true.
I got some really cool rocks.
You got some cool rocks.
I got dice.
Rose got
You
dice.
did.
Maya got a whole lot of stuff, including
what did I
a
get again?
espresso machine.
That's right. I got an espresso machine, and then I also got something that.
I bought you the Spider-Man gloves.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and the
you got me the
gloves.
Spider-Man gloves.
Because I love you.
I love
Even
you.
though you're a bird sympathizer.
I am a bird sympathizer. Listen, we can't all be perfect in the eyes of Rose. But I come close.
And Darius got anxiety.
Oh,
Got anxiety.
buddy.
More.
But yeah, so we're picking up with our party. The next morning, you've all had a full night's rest. You've been healed up to full. You've gotten food, water, drinks, whatever you wanted. Evie, you've recovered from whatever chemical cocktail you were given in the bar.
Evie doesn't know what you're talking about. She held her liquor excellently.
Evie is released from the Tupperware.
Which, like, Rash, make me a perception check.
Oh no.
This is a fun little quirk about plasmoids.
Oh no.
A 9, it's enough to notice that it's been, like, fully cleaned and disinfected.
Oh.
It seems like when the alcohol was diffusing diffusing out of
Diffusing, there you go.
Evie's system, it like cleaned the Tupperware.
Well, that's convenient.
Yeah.
I love that.
I don't think we need more reasons to liquor Evie up and put her in containers.
You
I mean-
started this.
It's just a nice side effect. I would never actively
Do
try
not-
to get Evie drunk,
This was
except for fun.
your monster, Chad, that you brought into this campaign.
Oh,
Do not.
You were the one that first proposed Evie Tupperware.
I don't
I
think
remember
so.
it vividly because then when she was drawn with the lid on, you were like, "That's not what I meant."
I was
But it
adamant
too
about
late at
no
that
lid,
point.
but I don't recall Tupperware being my idea. But I am.
It was fully your idea.
But I do remain adamant against the lid.
Let me see if I can scroll up in the Discord chat because it may have been in Discord itself.
I will maintain that even if I may have said the word Tupperware first, somebody else described putting her in a container first, and I
Who was the one that drew it? Was
made
it
the
M?
Tupperware
Yeah,
connection.
M drew
I
it.
think so.
M drew it very early on in our relationship.
Amazing.
Aw.
Yeah, it's been almost 2 years now. Well, it's been past 2 years. It's been almost 3 years now. Where we're getting
Right.
there.
Okay, I will say in Discord there is your message that says, "I still feel kind of bad about there being a lid," meaning that you felt some level of personal responsibility for the entire debacle.
No, I think that's reading way too. I think
I
you're
mean,
making
there are
connections that aren't
receipts.
there.
We could go back and watch.
Chat,
The
someone
VOD.
go
That's
back and
true.
watch,
Roll the clip.
watch
Roll
the
the clip.
VOD.
I think you're making connections right there. I just feel bad about.
Yeah, Matt,
a
when
lid
you
being there.
edit this episode, insert the clip right here.
Please. Oh no. Okay, but anyway, Evie's sober-ish. And the Tupperware is clean, and we've got pockets full of rocks. And a bard to jailbreak.
Mhm. If you
So
shake the pocket full of rocks hard enough, you might summon Shy.
oh, R.I.P. Darla.
Or just
She's
make
not dead,
gravel.
I just miss her.
Ah.
So Evie will go up to Vim and just ask, did you learn anything from your dream god magic with the guard last night?
Actually, yeah, it was really productive. This just keeps working out for me. Uh, so that Gartai is Edwin. He's not a true believer type. So like, I tried to advise him to like, if he sees us, he didn't, and maybe go the other direction. He gave me a code to like a way in under the bridge they were guarding.
Oh.
That
okay.
as long as they're not there when they're moving their like guards around, we could slip through pretty easily.
All right. Hmm. I can do invisibility for a couple of us, but probably not everyone. So it might be worth staking out that entrance point and seeing when is a safe time to get in there.
And also there might be a guy named Steve that works here that like we should just murk.
A guy named Steve?
I'm pretty sure that was the name.
Okay.
Cautious, is there a particular reason we're just going to murder someone?
I don't know. I was in Edwin's dream and he seemed like I think he was under the impression that Steve could probably use it.
And you trust Edwin?
He gave us a code to the bridge to get underneath, and he's not with the Chalcidian Order, so that seems like really good reasons to trust him right now.
Sounds to
Feel
me
like-
like
It is
Steve
also
might
the
be a
only
true
lead we
believer.
have.
Yeah, like if Steve is a true believer, then like murking him is kind of part of the
Okay.
job.
Alright, yeah, I suppose if he is like a fanatic for the Chalcidian Order, we're doing everyone a favor.
We were planning on murking and like most of them anyway, weren't we?
This is true.
It was a likely byproduct of what we're about to do. Yeah, absolutely. Whether it be in the process of breaking them free or in the process of just wresting control out of their hands.
All right, so then we should find this ridge entrance and see what we can glean from it.
I think would be the best next step.
We're going to head back towards that like outer area of the prison then.
Yeah, try to get an angle to get an idea of the path down into that area.
While you're going there, can everyone make perception checks?
And
Perception or investigation?
Perception.
Oh, okay, that was better. Much better.
6.
Okay, Rash with a 22, Vim with a 16, Evie with a 6, Luna with a 16, Darius with a nothing.
Sorry, I had to remember to get my character sheet actually up so I can use it. Dun, 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 dun. Perception check. God, it's so small compared to the Pathfinder's ones.
Alright, so Rash, Vim, and Luna, as you're all moving, you'll notice that the town seems to be setting up for a festival of some sort.
Can I read any banners to kind of tell what kind of festival?
The Jubilee of Ascension.
Oh,
Mm,
that does not sound like a good festival for some reason.
history or religion check?
I
That
don't know how we would know.
you would have no way of knowing.
We're like brand
That's
fucking
fair.
new here.
In that case, I just want to listen in on conversations.
Yeah, make me either perception or stealth.
Let's go perception. Alright.
You catch the conversation of a couple of organizers of maybe like an event or something, speaking about how the Jubilee this year is going to be amazing. They've collected a number of astral hearts, and with the remaining that they have to collect, they should be able to reach their goal. It should be a truly wonderful celebration this year. Now, just along those lines is kind of what you overhear.
I relay that to the party. They said that they have yet to collect some. I'm wondering if there are some people we might be able to save along the way.
You will also hear a rumor about how the light show is going to be visible in Oblique, even though the ritual itself is taking place in the Wicker Grove.
Wicker Grove, got it.
And yeah, that's all you'll hear.
Wicker Grove to stop this ritual sounds like the plan, but do we want to jailbreak first?
wait, what was the
Any-
time frame of the ritual?
Yeah, any
Within the next week and a half.
Okay.
Okay.
We have some time.
And
so doable.
the Wicker Grove, to remind you all, is also where the Calistigian Order's stronghold is.
Yeah, that
So-
was.
But not where the prison is.
No.
Yeah, we originally were coming to Oblique to get information to go to the Wicker Grove to route them out of their controlling position, but we are sidetracked with the prison break.
Well, it
could be a
may be
stepping
worth
stone.
our time just
Yeah.
based on the fact that they may have some of the people they're planning on collecting astral hearts from in prison.
True.
Yeah.
Not to mention, it could also be full of dissidents and people who are very opposed to the Calistigian Order, who,
And can
upon
fight back.
upon being freed, will be quite the wrench in their carefully nihilistic machine.
And people in the city who don't believe but have kind of given up on any potential thoughts of any type of resistance, seeing that Oblique, which people seem to feel is like
Fortress.
fortress, a problem that can't be surmounted. If they see it, kind of
Busted open.
If they see it busted
It
open,
would
if they
give
see
them
us openly
hope.
defying,
We're all about the
then
hope.
they
We
might
are all
be
about the hope.
inspired to take back up some efforts.
Then we should do it.
I agree with
Also, of course, the Cypress out too. Of course.
Jailbreak. Overthrow
Obviously.
government. Get Cypress. Get the captain. We should stop saying her name out loud.
Fuck Steve up.
Fuck Steve up. Team fuck Steve up on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Fuck teams.
Fuck Steve
Fuck
I
up.
still
Steve
hold
up.
reservations,
Fuck
but
team.
okay.
Darius, you're either in this or you're not. Get your head in the game, man.
Feels
Maybe where did you
intensity
learn
in the
such
room right now.
phrasing?
Say it. Say fuck Steve up.
Buck Steve
1,
up.
2.
There you go.
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes, they didn't know I said buck.
Peer pressure, Darius. Achievement
Amazing.
unlocked.
We need to know we can trust you, Darius. Smoke this cigarette.
Literally.
All the cool
Okay.
adventurers are doing it.
How long does it take for us to get to the bridge?
You're able to get there relatively quickly. I was just letting that scene sort of play out. When you arrive, it is once again in that some similar state. You can see that there's a number of not like civilians, but you can see like school children basically being like given like a tour of like the outside grounds, like the history of it. And other than that, it's a pretty like standard day over here. Like not many people are around. It's pretty easy to find basically that hidden entry point under the bridge, and there's like a little stairwell that goes down to it. There are some guards like going in there right now. Seems to be at the start of the shift change.
So if the ritual is within like a week and a half, when does the festival start?
The festival's starting tomorrow.
I'm wondering if
We
a
should hit up some food
combination.
stalls.
If we should what?
Hit up some food stalls.
No, that is not what I was wondering at all. I'm wondering if it would be a good idea to wait and try to have the distraction of the festival happening when we do it, because maybe they would have like increased guard presence in the city as opposed to the prison.
That sounds like a good plan. Perhaps we can also maybe one of us can scope out the layout of the prison beforehand so we have a better preparation.
We can do
If
that.
possible.
Evie, what you said you could possibly make a couple people invisible for how long?
Good question.
Wait. I have a thing for this.
An hour.
Hour is good.
I thought I had a thing. Consult the spirits, I think.
I wish I had more offer here, but Forge Clerics, not the sneaky and subtle kind of spells.
So I have a consult the spirits where I can cast the augury or clairvoyance spell. Invisibly summons one of your No, that's not what it is. That's not what I want. There's something else.
I'm not even sure what those spells do.
Regardless, I do not want to wait too long, because the longer we wait, the less time we leave ourselves to stop their ascension.
Yeah, I was thinking tomorrow at the latest, like to get while the festival started, but maybe scoping things out today. That way we can use spells if we need, but then we will be rested to actually make the.
Okay, good plan.
Because if I could be invisible, then I could maybe get to some places and get to some places and see like depending on how locked down they are, potentially get an idea of how things are laid out.
Evie, did you say you could make a couple of those potions?
It's not technically a potion, but yes, I can do it.
Could
3 times a day.
could the same person drink all three, like drink one, and then before it expired, drink another one and like re-up? Like could or does it have to be 3 separate? Okay, I didn't know if it because some of the alchemist stuff I know like makes a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I did look it up.
Gotcha.
The thing that I have, the consult the spirits. So I can either use augury or clairvoyance with it, but if I use clairvoyance, I can use it as an invisible sensor within range, which I think I did in the caverns before.
Mm.
It wouldn't be able to go through the whole thing though, but
Mm.
I could get a sense of at least like the entrance points probably and like a little of the like beginning of the cavern.
Um, do you think that the prison has things to detect invisibility?
I was just thinking about that, and I was trying to
Yeah.
figure ways to figure that out.
I
And
I do have something that might be able to help us, but only in a pinch. I do have silence prepared, so if we're discovered and if I can act before the opponents can, I can at least possibly protect us from being fully revealed to the prison at large. And if we can just, the people in
That is
silence.
helpful.
And
do
I do have locate creature again, so if we need to find our way through the prison once we're in.
do you have anything with all your forging and construction and divine universal powers, whatever, that can, like, I don't know, determine like facts about the place built up or get some kind of answers? Or
Uh,
I know your whole like deal is not necessarily
uh,
yeah,
give me a
but
second, real quick.
Will
You know what? I do have something, but it would necessitate us essentially doing a bit of a recall, like when we prepare our spells in the morning or something.
uh
If we're still doing that, I could take. It's a level 6 spell, which is the only I
ooh,
only get one of them a day. Find the path.
Oh,
oh, okay.
that could be
I could
useful.
take that spell.
What
And
would
I
you be giving up?
Pathfinder.
I would be giving up actually Word of Recall because I don't think I can cast Word of Recall and then not prepare it the next day and not have the benefit. I don't know if that's how
Because
that spell
no,
works.
because I think you have to technically
Yeah.
cast it to do the recall.
Yes.
Mm.
And that we are going to want, because that would be a very good get the hell out of the
Yeah.
prison,
So and
as
sadly
long as we can get all together.
I only have one 6th level spell slot, so
Okay.
Then I will say instead of that, then since it doesn't sound like that is a viable plan, we do I get 1 mile radius, 1 mile 1 mile radius on location. Oh, nope, never mind. Hang on 1 second. Just kidding, never mind. It has to be either a location familiar to me or obvious location.
Hmm.
So like around the door or corner or in a grove
It's
of trees, which I guess
it's at this moment while you are loitering in this
Mm-hmm.
area that a gentleman will approach you all
Mhm.
and just kind of say, "Excuse me, folks, we need to get you cleared out of here for a second. We're going to have a." They point towards the like area next to the prison, the dock, and you can see what appears to be a very large, sort of magical crate that's being like unloaded. It's
Mm-hmm.
like we're getting some festival preparations done here. We're getting some stuff unloaded onto the docks, and we just don't want folks
Whoa.
to be
Oh,
in danger.
exciting!
Whoa, what is it?
What's in the box?
Oh,
Exciting!
yeah, it's one of the new weapons Calistrigian Order's showing off. And
Nice.
he kind of like looks around, he's like, no, this shit's really cool. Okay, ready? Check this out.
Yeah.
He pulls out his crystal, and on it is just a full mech. It's like it is a full, like building-sized robotic suit with some sort of arcane cannon attached to his hand.
Oh.
Yeah, people can pilot these things.
What are the specs on it?
Whoa.
Insert gag of them like
That's
turning
grandma. I love
turning
it.
his back towards the guy talking and giving like a meaningful look at everybody else and then returning.
Rash is like going into like she's learned a lot of like weird tech talk from oh gosh, what's her name? The vlogger on our ship.
Millis.
Millis. Yeah, Millis has taught me a little bit of like tech speak and stuff like that. So Rash is fascinated by this new like artifact of war. Like she knows in the back of her head that this is bad news for the party, but she is also genuinely fascinated.
Yeah, and these ones are the mass-produced models. You should see the ones that the Calistigian Order's knights have that they've customized.
Oh,
Whoa, what's
customization.
new?
Are there any here in the city?
No,
Can
they're
you
keeping them. They're
Request
keeping
the
the.
customization.
Yeah, I mean, once you're high enough up in the order, you know.
Oh.
I guess they're at the Wicker Grove, huh?
Yeah, there's a collection of them there. I even hear the little lop's going to be there, and that one's really intense.
Oh.
Oh. And her ears just like,
What does that one do?
Does it hop?
No, it's piloted by the head of the Calistigian Order themselves. It's their own personal ship. It's incredibly powerful and versatile. Wonderful set of weapons on it. It's just so impressive.
I bet.
Fascinating. They're not going to show that one off at the festival?
Now, I know a lot of people are saying they are going to show some of the personal models off, and they kind of point to some of them that are being unloaded, which are like these human-sized, almost like somewhat chibi versions of the mech suits.
It seems a shame not to have the specialized ones.
Well, you know, they're getting mass-produced, and once we devour this universe, there's nothing left, so we're going to remake it. So, what can you do?
Sure.
Well, thank you for all the information.
Yeah, may the
Yeah,
void
that's
take
so
you all.
cool.
May the void take you as well.
Same to you, yes.
Ah.
Just kind of like look at you awkwardly.
Hey, what's your name, by the way?
Oh, it's Steve. Guardsman
Gotcha.
Steve. Nice to meet you.
Great to
Great
meet you,
name.
Steve. What a fantastic name. We're going to go get ready and have some festival preparations of our own.
Oh, yeah, you all enjoy.
Skedaddles.
Yeah, skedaddle.
Okay, so all right, as we're getting kind of a little bit away, and it's like, okay, yeah, totally cool, I did. All right. So I am of two minds about these mech things. One,
Team Kill Steve.
yeah.
Fuck
What
Steve
if
up.
what if Team Fuck Steve Up all had mechs? But other thought is, what if Team Fuck Steve Up sabotaged mechs?
Did he say that there was
Oh.
a little up? I thought I was the only me. How is there going to be a what?
It seems like that's the name of the one that
What?
That
That's really messed up.
it is. I
it
agree.
is messed up.
Identity theft is a terrible thing.
Well, I
It
don't think it's
makes
identity
you
theft so much as like a
feel-
really disrespectful, like,
She wants
using
me to
your
be
name as a
part of her
namesake.
bullshit so bad.
In a twisted way, it's
Very-
clear that she still cares about you.
To be fair,
In a
it's
very
pink.
twisted and sick way.
Yeah, it's like a like really weird way to
She could
use
care
as a
about me by
namesake.
not destroying the universe.
But
would be a
we could
preferable.
potentially use that against her. Just
I've
a
been
thought.
trying. I've been trying a lot. I have not gotten through yet,
Now, what if
despite some very high persuasion.
we could make, this is good whether or not it works, knocks a little bit of sense in her or not, but poetically, um, Little Lot piloting the Little Lot against her. I'm just saying.
Would be useful.
I'm just saying. But
I guess. Maybe I
um,
know how to pilot one. I don't know.
Also, if we manage to sabotage them while we're in there, like Bim
yeah,
said.
if there are any in here and we sabotage them, which hey, I'm pretty sure that would be a great use of Evie and Darius' skills would be to making these things not work the way they're supposed to. But also if we can get into a position where people can't see me very well, then maybe I could be invisible and I could even just take a little lap around the prison, and if nothing else, if I become visible, we'll know if there's like a thing there.
Yes, I can grant you that invisibility. It will last for 1 hour. If you would like, I can come with you. And then maybe if we need a little extra time, I could cast the spell again.
Get in the Tupperware, Evie.
My concern is speed and maneuverability.
Oh, Evie is very maneuverable.
That's true.
Can Evie fly?
Hey Will,
Yeah, Maya.
for all these plans, I would like to, instead of casting clairvoyance, just to get a vague idea of whether or not this plan is going to work, or if it's going to get us in trouble before we want to storm the castle tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna cast augury.
Yes. This is the one that gives you positive, negative, or non-committal responses, correct?
Correct.
All right. What
I
is the
want to
question?
learn. As written, it says you receive an omen from an otherworldly entity. So for me, it would be my ancestors.
Mm-hmm.
That about the results of a specific course of action that we plan to take within the next 30 minutes. So if
Okay.
you guys are planning on doing this, I want to know what the results of that might be, and if we should do it or not. Or if it might give our position away.
So if the plan of action is, say, like Vim and Evie
Invisibly
doing
scouting.
recon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would only give us the 30 minutes of it,
Yeah.
though.
Visibly scouting around and potentially in the prison. And I actually
guess-
may have a way to get around the flying issue.
I would like to ask specifically about if we were to scout in the prison.
Okay.
Because I think scouting around, I think you guys can pull that off pretty
Okay,
easy.
so if you say scouting in the prison is your question,
Yes.
you will get a response of very doubtful.
Very doubtful that it's a problem, or very doubtful that it'll go well?
That it will go well.
Okay.
Okay.
Good to know.
The ancestors hold up the goblin artifact of a magic 8-ball.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
But honestly, that tracks.
Okay, so maybe we don't delve in by ourselves, but we could possibly still get some views above and around. And I have a method that you can fly, but it'll only be flying. For me, if something happens, I can fly, climb, swim, or run all at the same speed. But for you, this will be a really a flying only kind of deal.
Well, if you were just flying around for an hour and then came back and needed another one to fly more,
I'm saying if we're,
that.
I mean if we get discovered and the best course of action to get away would be nosedive into the water and get away that way.
I can hold my breath for another hour, so if that's what you need to do, then we can do that.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, we'll go for flying and then do what we need to do.
Okay.
So before you cast invisible, how many people can you make invisible?
Invisibility is just the one person. So I can cast it on you and I can cast it on me, and then we'll both have an hour.
Wait, it's not concentration?
Oh shit.
It is a concentration. God damn it. Then I guess it's just you.
Okay.
Unless, do I have? I feel like I have something that can hold a concentration spell for me. Oh,
Not on this character. That was on Vim.
huh?
That
I've
was
got
on
one,
Vim.
but I
Wait,
think
what's that?
I don't think it's an item. I think I just have that.
Um,
Because Will gave me it at some point. I have a
do
concentrate
you,
thing.
Evie, do you have the? Isn't it an artificer thing where you can like put spells into a token
Um,
kind of thing?
yes, actually. Hold on. Just let me look
Yeah.
through.
I don't
I
remember
am
the
at level 10. I can
specifics.
do a lot of different items. And I think
Right.
I actually do have uh an open infusion at the moment.
I don't. Was it? I'm not sure if I'm thinking of an infusion.
Yeah, actually. Okay. Then I can whip up because I think I had it as something else. Yeah, because I have my spell thing, my armor, Luna's armor. I don't think I have a fourth thing at the moment. So I will make that fourth thing.
Yeah. What
My mind sharpener. No. Ugh,
No, I know what I'm thinking of, and it won't work. Or wait, what level is invisibility?
2.
Oh, it will work.
Oh,
How many levels of artificer you got? You're
I
just artificer, right?
yeah.
So we're 12. So at 11th level, you get spell storing item, where you can store a spell in an object. And it is whenever you finish a long rest, touch one simple or martial weapon or one item that you can use as a spellcasting focus, store a spell in it, first or second level spell. While holding the object, a creature can take an action to produce the spell's effect using your spellcaster ability modifier. If it requires concentration, the creature must concentrate. Unfortunately,
Okay,
that can
so I could put it in whatever item you want, and then you could use
yeah,
that.
that unfortunately does conflict with my plan to let you fly.
Oh, no. Uh, you could borrow Carpet Friend.
That's true.
Oh, okay.
I always forget about Carpet Friend.
Good, because my thing to let you fly would be to summon a fake creature that can fly and you ride it, but the problem is I have to concentrate on that.
Would it work if we had? I forgot we had Carpet Friend entirely. Would it work if we waited until nightfall, flew up very high, far away from the prison, flew closer to the prison, then came down in the dead of night from a great height, making it a lot harder to notice, and then
But
just
then we could not see
well,
very well.
Also,
we'd
the
be.
idea of this plan is to scope out before we attack.
Oh, that's fair, I suppose.
Okay, so Vim can be invisible. I can be invisible. We can go on the carpet, which hopefully will also be invisible.
It's an
Um,
object you're using?
Object you're carrying,
Exactly.
using, etc.
Yes.
I'm not a
Um,
bastard.
We will do a quick reconnaissance mission airborne, and then we will come right back.
Yeah.
All right then.
Okay.
Whilst our party begins the castings necessary for that recon mission, we're going to take our first ad break of the night, and we'll see you in a minute. And we're back.
And before you two go, Luna would give each of you a bardic inspiration for a d6 if you need
Awesome.
it.
Right. So, now,
Good
Vim,
luck.
I know we don't normally use encumbrance on this channel,
Oh
Right.
my gosh.
but I need to ask, how are you going to carry Evie?
I'm not carrying. She's got the
We're
carpet.
got
still on the
carpet
She
friend.
got the carpet. Okay.
She's
we're
got the
good.
carpet. I can fly.
And carpet goes what, like 80
Oh
feet
yeah, the carpet
around,
is
something?
faster than I am.
There's room for both of us. We can
Yeah.
share. We're
It's just
both
if-
little critters.
If it,
I
if
love
it
the
becomes
idea of them having wings and riding the carpet anyway.
Vim
the
and
funny thing, if it becomes a thing of like, oh, we have to split up and scatter. My strength
Mm.
here is that I can climb, swim, run, fly all at the same speed.
over sideways and
Nice.
under on a magic carpet ride. So,
A whole new world.
uh,
I won't
Yeah,
say
for
no,
reference,
'cause we'll
carpet
get
speed is
struck.
technically 40. If you dash, 80.
Yeah, so
Yes.
it's a little bit faster than I am.
so as you invis and lift off, you shoot out towards the prison. Outside of the rock, there appears to be no magical wards or anything. When you're flying around it, it is just a massive rock with a number of holes that act as windows all the way up it.
Mm-hmm.
Going all the way around it, to give you an idea of scale of this rock, it's probably about the size of, if I were to give you like an exact measurement, if people who've been to Disneyland, which I think is everyone but Chad, it is
Which
it is basically
California.
California,
to that one.
and or the Magic
should
Kingdom in world. It is Tomorrowland plus the Central Plaza, plus the area of Matterhorn / Small World. It's like that big.
Okay.
That's pretty sizable, actually.
Especially if you consider all the underground tunnels.
And there are windows going all the way up it, so it's about that like wide at its base. It goes like all the way up into like a point. At the top of it, this is a lovely little fact. There is a statue
Cool.
that's been carved into the top of the rock.
What is the statue of?
It appears to be of a young woman.
What she
Nothing
look?
more recognizable than that.
Nothing recognizable to the two of you.
No symbolism, no
No
discerning
symbolism.
features.
Discerning features, her hair is very well sculpted. Ringlets, like blonde, like ringlets.
Yeah, the statue painted.
No.
They really went.
Ringlets that are just like so well styled that we imagine they would be blonde, were they not in like
Yeah.
a bronze relief?
Yeah. Were they not made of rock?
Yes,
Granite. People take it for limestone, but
Granite.
it's granite.
granite specifically. Okay.
Yes, this entire boulder is one massive slab of it. Very pretty. Like it shines in the light. The outside has been polished. As you're flying about, can the two of you make me perception checks?
Yes.
Can I argue investigation?
I will let you make investigation.
I will not argue
perception is my
investigation.
perception is my go-to because of Pathfinder.
I will not
Yes.
argue investigation.
I will when I have a +10 to it, so that's
Well,
going to be an 18 total.
the difference between my perception and investigation is 9.
So
Mm.
you probably, as you're looking about, you notice that the windows that lead in, they're big enough for you to look into. Do the two of you want to spend some time looking into some of the cells?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that would be useful.
So, as you're moving and looking through windows, towards the... Do you start from the bottom or the top?
Probably the top. Right?
Yeah, if we were flying
Okay.
around, we'd probably start from the
So
top.
at the very top of the tower, Evie and Vim, as the two of you look into what is the very top cell in this area, there is inside of it a disheveled and malnourished Dr. Toletio.
I
I'm
mean, we
saying
love starving and malnourished.
I'm saying in Evie's mind, like, these bastards are trying to make us feel sorry for him. How dastardly.
Mm. This is concerning.
Evie can respond because Evie has message.
Oh, okay.
Evie can
So it was
respond
like,
to
my
this
thing
message.
does not let you respond. My thing is
My
you
thing
have to
does.
hear me and deal with it.
That's probably why Evie learned message when she was allowed to pick up a cantrip. She was like, enough of this shit.
Just saying things in your head whenever you just
It's like
feels
such
like
a
it.
sibling thing to do. Maybe this is the first time Evie's actually used it. So
Vim's
you say this,
confused.
and Viv and Evie just says back, "This is concerning."
Also,
Like,
mark the calendar. Evie admitted that they're siblings. Mark the calendar.
Absolutely. What else is going on in that cell? Is
It's
it just
literally
him?
it's literally just him, and like there's no like etchings on the walls. It's a perfectly like clean cell, and it's make
he's
me
still
an
sane.
insight check.
Oh boy.
Both of you
I'm
can
not
make me an insight
great
check.
at it,
Yeah, that's just
but
gonna be a straight 9.
I have wisdom. I'm just not proficient.
Vim, the manner that Tolatiel is holding himself, it's different than the last time you saw him.
But it
Did
seems
you
like
say
the same
that
guy.
that Tolatio is holding himself, as in this specific Tolatio?
Yes.
So this could be a wholly different Tolatio from the one that we know and loathe.
A whole
We've
new
A
personally
father
met,
who might love you.
we've personally
Oh.
met two, right?
Yes.
The one
We
from
have,
this
and they
universe
were
and the one
both-
from that second universe
were
that
both
that
trash.
also sucked.
Maybe this one won't, but I'm
Are
not
there
holding my breath.
any other visual cues that this might be a wholly different dimensional Tolatio?
Do you want to spend some more time watching this man in his cell?
Just a teensy weensy bit.
Like
I
five,
think Evie would
10 minutes. Give me a timing.
There's a lot more
5 minutes
here, so I'd say
or
5.
until he does something interesting, whichever comes first.
So, about 3 minutes into the 5 minutes, he stands up. He walks towards the window. He looks out at the window, at the sunlight. He just basks in it for a few minutes. And then he goes back to sitting in the dark.
Vim was invisibly almost where he could, like...
yeah, you have one of those like Silence of the Lamb moments where he can't see us, but we can see
It is
him.
the hole to like see him through is like a foot and a half. So it's like
I got bug
18
barbs.
inches. It's like 18 inches. And it's 18 inches like tall, about 8 inches wide, and then maybe like 10 feet long.
Gang, I have a confession to make. Anytime anyone tells me that something is 18 inches tall, I and my brain go, got it, one American Girl doll tall. That's
Yes. It is one American Girl doll tall. And about it,
that's
it's
how I picture that
it's
unit of
it's,
measurement.
it's actually about
Yes.
an American Girl
Yes.
size. It's like an American
Whatever
Girl in a
unit
box, but a
whatever
window.
unit of measurement helps
Would
you.
one American girl like to go in and visit?
No, but it popped into my head and I was like, I need to get this off my chest.
That's funny.
They were always advertised as like 18-inch dolls because there was the 18-inch ones and there was the 6-inch ones.
Yeah.
So that's how I know
Are
what
you
18
sending
inches
Samantha
looks like.
in?
Get Molly on the phone right now. Is there anything when he steps out into the sun? Is anything visually different?
He looks younger. Like he looks younger than what you saw.
He looks younger.
We're
Yeah,
sure it's
he is.
Tolatia and not what's his face.
Yeah, he's
Monarch.
like maybe if like the Tolatiel that you've been dealing with is like early 50s, he's like mid 30s.
Hmm.
Evie messages Vim and says,
Do you think if I sent him a message, it would set off wards?
Also,
I didn't hear what you just said. The mic didn't pick it up.
maybe it we haven't
Okay.
seen. There's a lot more for us to see.
Okay, we should see more,
Remote
and then if we
premonition.
have time, we can come back.
Do you continue down?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So you're not going to be able to in the 1 hour see everything.
yeah.
No.
If you want to leave enough time to come back up and message him, I'll say you get to just above like the middle half of it, and it's just cells. It's filled with people. Some of the cells are empty, some aren't. There is one cell that appears to have a Mao in it.
Is it one we've seen before?
It's not. They're not in like a way you can see their face. You just kind of see their butt.
Is it Nito?
Is it a good butt?
Would you recognize
would
Nito
you
by
recognize
butt?
Nito by her butt?
She might.
Also, theoretically, if it looks like if she's a clone of Darius, or not a clone, but you know what I mean. If she's an alternate of Darius, we've seen that butt.
Can I roll to recognize the hindquarters?
Roll to recognize
Is-
Mao butt.
History just
I don't know
remembers
what
Darius
skill
as
this
a
is,
man.
but I'm gonna say this is a history check with the plus
This is a
10.
King
history
Arthur was
check.
actually a girl.
The 28.
28.
That is not a Mao butt you recognize.
What a
Specifically, it
sentence.
shifts a little bit, and you can actually see like Mao tattoos are interesting because it's like a permanent hair dye on the fur,
Interesting.
and basically like, on the side of their hip, basically tattooed is what appears to be a draconic figure that is biting a sword.
My little Maui, my little Maui.
Not the cutie mark.
Tell me more about its cutie mark. Damn it, you took it.
Well, hold on.
Friendship-
We have to. We have to
Friendship is
determine.
magic.
I'm gonna dive into the sea right now.
Note of
And I'm not gonna
Darius
swim.
about the cutie mark.
That's the episode name.
If we have to determine if it's an Earth Mal, because if it is, we don't need to worry about it.
Darius!
Wow. Wow, not the
Wow.
Mal racism.
Oh my God, Mao on Mao
I'm
crime.
joking. I'm joking. Actually, hold on.
Okay, so is there anything else that we see in this?
That
ride
that
down
is
to
all
the
that you
middle
get.
portion?
That's all that you get if you don't want to
Okay.
push the invisibility.
Remember Grandma's premonition.
Then do we want to go back up or do we want to continue down?
I think we should continue down because Cyprus is still like the priority.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
if we can
okay.
get any more information on maybe where
Yeah.
she's at.
Okay. Evie
Coming-
gives up.
Coming down towards the lower levels, the cells become a lot more filled. Like there's more than like one person in these cells. Coming to like the very bottom of it, you don't end up seeing Cypress ever, and you check
Probably
pretty
a
much every cell in it. However, towards the bottom, at one point, Evie, you do see Millis.
She did jump on that.
Forgot Millis wasn't with us.
Yeah, she jumped on that place to like be able to record and
Yeah. Okay, maybe we message Millis real quick.
if
Do you
we
think it was worth
do.
it, Charlie?
I am concerned about setting things off, especially with what Rash did and was getting answers from. If you do it, we have to be ready to like completely book it.
Maybe I will message someone who is not Millis so that she is not implicated. I'll just pick someone at random and
Yeah,
message
because
them.
depending on how if it is a thing that like garners any information from what was done, then yeah, that might point at her.
Evie just points at someone at random and just says, "Hey, you," in message.
You see a human. Well, actually, no. Wait, I have to make sure who's in her cell. Let me look at my notes. Roll me a d10, Evie. You're going to do it at random. That's not Millis. 3.
3.
You point at a kobold.
Oh boy.
And you hear, and they like. But that's all
So
they
no
do.
alarms.
No
go
alarms go
off.
off.
But we have no way of knowing whether or not this was intercepted. Okay, that might just have to be good enough because I don't want to risk like messaging Millis and being like, "We're coming to get you," and then
Yeah.
Okay, then I think that's
Right.
probably all we can do.
This poor
Alright,
confused
let's-
kobold. He thinks he's going crazy.
Let's head back then.
Incite a riot by messaging people in their head and saying mean things and trying to sound like other people in their cell.
God.
And we do a prison riot.
The problem is doing a prison riot today when we're coming in tomorrow. They might beef up the security.
That's true.
And also they might just, well, you can't see me doing this, but just
True, we can't see each other.
they might just take people
So
out.
Evie just hears Vim go, they might just
You know what I mean. They might just start killing people.
Oh, yeah. What language is that?
It was body language, which I realize now not so effective in
No.
particular situations.
Okay, we should
Especially
return.
with
We should
Evie.
go back.
Yeah, we should get back before we turn visible again.
You don't push it, so you're able to get safely back to the group.
Okay. Well, we found Millis, and we found a version of Dr. Tolatio.
Did she look like she was eating?
No.
Not great.
Oh,
Did you
My
say
poor girl.
Tolatio was in there?
didn't we
I
kill him?
A
did.
Tolatio, he wasn't the one that we
Oh,
He looked
know.
younger.
And
Mm.
I'm not sure what the implication of this will turn out to be, but where Millis was in like the lower group cells, he was in an individual cell that was higher
So,
up.
mean,
I'm not
either
sure.
solitary incarceration or higher up. Perhaps they are using him for his mind.
Maybe.
Is that where the mix came from? No. Maybe?
Maybe. We didn't stick around to have a conversation with him, but I'm considering going back to do exactly that to see if it is worth attempting to make sure that he doesn't get out. Or
Did you trip any sensors?
We didn't
No.
detect anything, and Evie did try to get like a little word into just somebody's mind, and they seem to be able to perceive it, but we don't know if it like set anything off, like nothing obvious, but we're worried about
well, why are you
messaging.
smiling like that?
I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm
We're
just
worried
I don't
about-
like that at all.
Well,
We're
it's
worried
just a
about-
naturally happy person.
Oh no.
We're worried about
Disagree.
messaging anyone
I don't think that's
anything
true.
that would, if
Not
they
right
could
now.
actually
Not like that smile.
Wow.
Not like
Yeah, that's an evil smile. That's like a
Yeah,
mischievous
that's-
smile. I don't
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
an evil smile.
To be
I don't
fair,
like
he's
it.
he's probably now just smiling because you're accusing him of having a mischievous smile, so it's just a feedback loop.
Yeah.
A wild theory though about the Tolatio, you did say that this one was younger.
Yes.
Is
Not
it
like
possible?
a child
Oh.
or anything. But
No,
just
but-
not...
Could it
Is
be
it-
the Tolatio that made me?
No.
I was going to suggest it's possible it's a clone, and because that they didn't clone it up to the exact same age as the current Teotile, cloned it to as a younger seed. But also, worst case scenario did not happen. Your spells worked. There isn't just some sort of thing that prevents all magic from working inside the prison. Good to know.
Yeah, we don't know if they get any like indication.
And there were no alarms raised.
Yeah, we're,
Not that
I mean,
we are
That we
aware of.
heard.
we didn't hear anything, and like if we like look over, is there any sign of like just
No.
increased guards
Mobilization.
moving around? Okay,
Looks perfectly normal and boring from the outside.
okay, so we don't really have confirmation either way, but there was nothing obvious.
Yes.
But because we don't have confirmation today, we don't want to go just messaging Millis and saying anything outright, or even Tolatio, because one, we don't want to potentially give any information up, or like warn them that we'll be there, and two, if they are able to like track that a spell like that was cast, we don't want them to especially punish Millis in some way.
Makes sense.
I'm just thinking, if no alarms were set off, maybe we could swing by to see if that kobold is still in the cell. If they aren't, and they got
Yeah.
disappeared, then we don't go and talk to Toltio, but it might
That's
be worth
true.
just
That would help give like just another indication.
just give it an hour. And then go
And
back
see if he's still
and
there,
see.
or if he's there and like suddenly in much worse shape.
Yes. And then maybe we can get food. And then we'll go get food and then we come back and we can do that.
Okay.
Evie's like, let's go get brunch.
the food
You might have
situation.
just condemned a man to be like severely punished in a horrible prison, but like we should do brunch.
The food situation in the city right now is very interesting because there's a number of stalls being set up to serve food in the festival, and like people are starting to cook already. It's a wide variety of cuisines, a lot of street food. There is what people are calling bow sliders.
Bow sliders.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, Darius. We saw a Mao. They had a cutie mark,
A what?
like a flank
a-
stamp.
Will, would I know any sort of cultural significance of
Blank stamp's good.
So, it's the Mao equivalent of like the lower back tattoo.
Tramp stamp.
Yeah.
Trump stamp?
Flank stamp.
Blank
Yeah,
stamp.
it was like a
stamp.
dragon with a sword. I don't know if that has a special meaning to
Yeah,
you,
it was-
or
it
if
was
it means.
biting.
Yeah, for some reason I'm picturing the D&D logo.
Make me a history check, Darius.
Does Darius not know his own history? Does he not think about the Roman Empire enough?
Wow.
Well, no, this is just like a very
history
specific-
1.
I
This is
really
very
For
want
specific
that one
part
kid
of
in high
history.
school.
I really want it to be the D&D logo now.
Darius, it's
Huge nerd.
you know it has something to do with Mao history, but you don't know what. You were very like religious. It's outside of religion. It's outside of the religious history of the Mao, so you don't really know it.
Did grow up in a monastery.
You were
God.
like a
We could
monastery mentor.
have Baldur's Gate 3'd this, and like before you rolled it, we could have given you the Bardic, we could have given you guidance, we could have like stacked that roll.
Let me drink
Yeah.
this potion real quick. Or summon some Pact of the Chain familiar.
Well, you could always, shoot Nito ascending and see if she knows.
I mean, do I have sending?
I don't know what you've got. Man.
Haven't you been communicating with her this whole time via sending?
I only through the ship, I think.
And Nito's been sending Darius sendings.
And to be honest, she is probably rather busy. And suddenly Darius seems to like sort of like visibly age a day in front of you guys, just like suddenly all his anxiety he's been keeping really far inside just sort of manifests briefly and just like
You gotta,
ugh.
I
You gotta
forget. Do we know what's going on the Mao planet?
as a party, or is that information?
Not in specifics, but
Yeah.
you know
so
there's
the party
trouble.
doesn't know what that is.
Trouble in River City.
I think you got to be
And,
picking up that sending spell, man.
The capital.
Allow me to actually make Darius's anxiety worse because we have hit that time for this to happen. Darius, you receive a sending.
Oh.
And it's very
I
interesting.
swear to God, well, if you bring up what we were discussing before the stream.
Darius, are you there? I need help. Darius, I've been trying to reach you. They've captured many of us. I don't know where I am. Darius, if you want, you can make me an Arcana check.
She with the tramp stamp lady.
Arcana.
Or you can ask one of your friends to make an Arcana check as
Okay.
well. You can,
Or
if
you
you
could
tell
ask
them
one
what's
of your-
going on.
Evie, take my
Yes.
hand.
You-
I don't know.
Aw, but
It's
Well-
not an Arcana check to like analyze arcane. It's an Arcana check of knowledge. So
Okay.
you'd have to fill Evie in on the situation for her to do this check.
Well, I don't really do. I relay what I heard in the message, but it was incredibly vague on details. Like, I need your help. I'm like, I don't know where I am. Like, well, then I certainly don't know where you are. I don't know how you expect me to help, sweetie.
So you relay this to me. So what am I rolling, Will?
Arcana, just straight
Okay.
Arcana.
And Darius starts gnawing on his own hand.
It's gonna be a 22.
I
With
get
that
out the
22,
apple spray.
To what you can infer from that message is that this planet has some sort of barrier around it for sendings.
Oh.
But not
Because
message.
she has said that she's been trying to reach Darius, and the last time she messaged Darius, he was not on planet, and now Darius was
Gotcha.
on planet,
So
and now
she's
she
on
doesn't know where
planet.
she is. She's on planet.
Nito may be in this prison. Ask her if she's seen the Mao in the prison with the dragon, the Mao with the dragon tattoo.
The Mao with the dragon
Like a
tattoo. That's also a fantastic
so
episode
mad.
title.
I'm so
Um,
mad.
I guess I can still reply to the sending in this brief window. I will say, Nito, I will do whatever I can to help. Do you know anything about a tattoo of dragon biting sword? I love you.
Aw.
I only have one.
You get a sending.
Okay.
Last message. Have not been allowed to rest. Trees that look woven like wicker baskets.
Ooh, rough.
Landscape, gray, metal, and three-headed mage. Oh no.
What about the tattoo?
Guess it's
I
not
love how
important enough.
Darius is like, I'm gonna do anything I can help you with. But about this tramp stamp? Anyway, love you.
You asked me to do that.
It was the way you phrased it though.
Darius is very
Um,
clinical.
Based on, I mean, assuming Darius is telling us what Nito says.
Yes.
Uh,
And I can reply to this one because it's another sending.
Mhm.
so that.
But
I
she
mean,
can't reply back.
No, probably
not
not.
without casting it in. I mean, obviously Wicker Grove. That is where they're
Darius,
doing
I
the
would-
ritual.
Tell her that she is in the Wicker Grove on, gosh, what is the name of this planet again? I don't remember what the name of this planet is.
You
That's
know, I
I don't know
I've
that we
lost
got
it.
a name for it.
You never got a name for it.
well,
Well, that she's in the Wicker Grove on a planet that is separated from the rest of the universe, essentially. but that we are on our way and trying our best to find her as quickly as possible.
All right, so I'm just going to say planet called Wicker Grove is separate from normal space. Do your best to stay alive. We will come help soon. I love you always. Meow.
Meow.
Also,
Furious, that's dirty.
I just wanted
My
to do this.
goodness.
I have to go. My planet needs me.
Dang.
Darius did not die on the way to his home world. No one gets the Poochie reference.
No, I'm sorry.
God.
I understand the meme though.
Yes.
Where's Poochie? Anyway,
I'm unfamiliar with Poochie. I apologize.
it's a
I
Simpsons.
had Poochie.
It's
Oh,
classic
no.
Simpsons.
Sorry.
Anyway.
Nope.
Anyway.
Oh.
Write it in, Will. Write it in.
You've been given that additional piece of information.
Well,
Do we still want to go get food?
I mean, we
Oh,
still-
Rash has already bought a bow for
I mean,
sure. While
we
this
st-
was
I
going
mean-
on, she definitely has
So
like
it's a full-on
a
bow
bunch
burger.
of bows in her hand.
So
We
what
still-
it is imagine, Maya, a pork bow
Mm-hmm.
and then like a burger
Mm-hmm.
and then another pork bow.
So Rash would definitely be down with this.
Yeah.
Maya is a little bit side-eyeing this. Actually, I feel like Rash. No, I still stand by it. Rash would definitely still try because it does look delicious, but Rash would also side-eye it a little bit
It
just
is-
as a goblin, and she'd just be like, "This feels culturally appropriative."
Yeah.
She's like, like the stank of like white
Cultural
people
side-eye.
taco on this bow burger.
But surprisingly good.
Belger.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
She does pass. She passes some around to the party. She's purchased.
Thank you.
Yes. Listen, nutrients is important if we are going to do this. You need to keep your energy up.
Yeah, it's not like we can speedrun this thing. It's going to take a little bit of time to get to the Wicker Grove, even if
But
we
we-
were like ditching everything we
I can't
were
eat
doing
that, but I'll
now.
figure something else
Oh,
out.
I was talking about the prison thing. Are we
Oh.
not doing that still?
Do they have one with veggie
I
filling
think
for
we should.
Luna?
Oh,
There's
she goes
vegetarian
back.
ones. Yeah, they just give it to you.
They-
Also,
they've got-
Darius, Are you okay?
Darius is
Rash brings back a
scratching
carrot-filled
at
one.
any like open patch of fur in between his like armor things, and it's just 1,000-yard stare.
Not the over grooming as a stress tactic.
Oh, buddy.
control
We
this.
wouldn't
Picks
know
up Pepper.
anything about that, would we, Pepper?
This is something I can control. This is something I can control.
Not the shame.
That's why she's in the hoodie.
At least Pepper isn't the same donut right
Baby.
now.
Baby.
Well, that's because she figured out how to kick off the donut and it stopped being a functional option.
Oh, good job, Pepper.
Aw,
I'm proud of
baby
you.
girl. No, don't encourage her.
You're so smart.
Rash is gonna spray Darius with that like sour green apple spray so that he doesn't itch. This is for your own good. It is medicine.
This is going to make us more detectable in the prison.
So, is there anything else that you all would like to do today, or do you want to jump to tomorrow for the prison break?
I think we were gonna do one more flyby of the prison to see what happens
To
with
see if
Cobalt.
if the
And if
kobold.
we have time, maybe have a quick conversation with Tolatio.
Then we are going to roll our last ad break for the night, and we'll get into that.
Okay.
We'll be right back. And we are back. Invisible magic carpet ride again?
Yes.
On a magic carpet.
All right. Where are y'all heading first?
I
Do
think.
a flyby of the kobold to see if they're
Yeah.
still there. Slash.
And if they're like fucked up now or something.
So at this point in time, that cell is empty, fully.
Ooh. Not great.
Do you do anything?
Well, do we want to see if maybe like are all of those bottom cells empty? Did they all get taken to like
Yeah,
lunch or
maybe-
further
So not
tour
all of them are empty, but basically on either side of that one, they're empty.
Okay, so it's the whole block.
Yeah.
So
That
it's
might be a
either
coincidence.
And
could
by
be
the time you
coincidence.
finish looking, those people are starting to be ushered back into the cells and refilling them.
is the
Oh,
kobold
okay.
there.
The kobold is there. Everyone is there. They kind of have like blank looks on their face, but they're there.
Is the
Including
kobold
Millis?
look like?
Yes.
Do they look like roughed up?
Make an insight check. The kobold looks perfectly physically fine.
Okay.
Physically.
Millis
Yeah.
got her heart stolen.
But they may be like mind wiped or something.
The heart shard nonsense thing.
Yeah.
But I don't think any of them had astral. Well, at least Millis didn't have an astral heart.
I'm not there to like say shit, so I'll hold it till you get back.
And also, Aaron Hart didn't like lose his entire personality.
No,
when
but they
he-
might have done something to them though, but I just don't. We might not necessarily know what it is.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. But we don't know if this was a routine or if this was in response to the message.
Right.
You can see that the next group of cells is being like ushered out at this point.
Okay, so it is probably routine, in which case maybe
Yeah.
we can go and see Toletio.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's flying right on up.
All right, you fly up. Teletio is still sitting in their cell. They're now back to basking. You can see what appears to be a full food tray behind him.
Evie will message them and say, which Toletio are you?
Yeah. Start with the existential question.
It's very Alice in Wonderland. Who are you?
What matter of spectre are they?
Oh God.
Oh, Sue.
A ghost from your past or possibly your future, depending on
Why do you
where
taunt me
you
with her
are.
voice?
Huh?
Why do you taunt me with her voice?
Her
I've
voice,
already
whose
lost her
voice?
once. I'm not going to.
Oh
I
boy.
don't believe you already. This is some sort of interrogation tactic. What, Warden? You think you can get me with this?
Maybe it is a version of her dad that loves her. Oh shit!
Oh my god.
I told you. That was what I said.
I
Just
already
throwing it
lost
out
her
there.
already. Screaming.
I can't give too much away. But I gather that you are not the version of Toletio native to this dimension.
This is my home. I was captured and taken here. You know this, Warden. I was with... I was with the resistance. You know this, Warden. Stop speaking to me in this manner. If you are going to interrogate me, come face to face, you coward.
If I could, I would. And I may. But you are not speaking to the warden. Of that I can assure you. I'm a very bad liar.
You use her voice and you speak like her.
I am probably not the version of her that you remember, but I am a version of her. Probably. Hopefully.
There's a moment. You see his face. It shifts. It's one of it goes from anger, annoyance, and sort of like how dare to almost remorseful. My work is doomed yet another place.
Ah, yes.
This is true.
But you at least seem to have some level of remorse about this. The Tolatio I am used to does not.
He looks back out towards the edge of his cell. There is reason for that. I am more than happy to share it. But I do not wish for you to be placed in danger. Are you safe?
Ah, that is unavoidable.
Evie,
Oh.
if this is a trick, you are cruel, Warden. If it is not, I am so glad that I found you again.
Um, thank you. By the way, you don't happen to know if they have any means of intercepting correspondence like this?
None that I'm aware.
Yes. Okay. Sweet. Why aren't you eating?
I've not need to eat for some time.
Why?
A side effect of losing you.
I am horrified but scientifically very intrigued. Please explain.
The culmination of my research was something that would allow me to open portals, windows into other places, other versions of reality, to learn from them. And at first, I learned so much. And we were able to study so much. But I did not protect us well enough. This may be the source of what created. If we are in the last one, this may be the source of what created all of the different worlds I saw. But the source of what destroyed them is a much darker, different place.
I think you are right that this is the original dimension. We have spoken to some of the deities of this world, and that seems to be the case. On another note, I don't suppose you would know anything about the Luna Lilwap project.
There's a moment of silence.
Oh no.
Yet another daughter I lost.
Oh. Mm.
Well, okay.
Yeah, we all thought it.
Well, okay, I rationalize it by being like, it's like when the Coens date each other, right? Like you're not.
No, it's
That doesn't make it right. That
to,
doesn't make it right.
to clarify, the Luna is not like a biological, it's like an adopted
Right? There's
situation.
no.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like the Cullens.
Yeah, but it's still weird.
Also,
that makes
I
it worse.
wasn't raised by Tolatio.
Yeah.
As far as I'm
No.
aware.
But I think that is Evie's response of like, oh, and then she goes,
Ooh.
Uh,
Chuck that one away.
like over message, like she has the pseudopod already pointed in that direction. Like, oh.
and to clarify, not daughter in the sense of like because I made you, you are my daughter, but someone that they feel like is a daughter.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
I know. I McKenna know that, but
Yeah.
But
It's like-
Evie's gonna make
it's-
some conclusions.
but anyway, well, we are okay. There is a version of you in this world, and he is causing problems. His solution to inviting the Calistigian Order into the original universe was to just destroy all of it via black hole. And we kind of are thinking we might need to stop him from doing that, but I'm also a little bit concerned that if we stop him before he creates Luna, then we could lose her entirely, and I'm very concerned about that. I don't know if that is anything you would have any knowledge about.
Luna was not created by my hand.
Okay.
Luna was a response to my work by the universe's natural will to survive.
Fascinating. Okay, so then you had no hand in her creation or her continued survival.
I found her.
When?
And I attempted to keep her safe. In as many ways as I could.
That is so cryptic and a little unhelpful. I'm not going to lie. So then the cloning program was you.
Yes.
So
Upon
we
her
still need to worry about it.
Upon her fall here, I did everything I could to ensure that there would be some sort of defense against my folly. Much like Charlothon, Luna has been intertwined with the fabric of creation. It was only possible because of Charlothon's sacrifice. That confirmed my research. And when Sildana struck Luna down as she tried to stop her here, I ensured that there would always be a Luna to put a stop to her plans.
Well, I am very grateful for that personally. I'm picturing this from Vim's perspective. To respond
Just
to a
sitting in
message, someone
silence.
has to go.
Yeah.
Well, I'm also just
So-
sitting in silence because, like, I can't hear your messages to each other.
You have about
Yeah,
10
so Vim
minutes
can't
left.
hear anything
Vim
or
just-
see anything except for Tolatio just like intermittently going.
I turned to
Vim
Luna.
just watching this interaction and seeing Evie get like misty-eyed.
Well, no, I
then-
can't see Evie. We're invisible,
She's
Oh, that's-
invisible.
and we're not like in an
He
invisibility
is
bubble. or anything,
literally
we
just
are both
saying
individually-
Tolatio occasionally go like,
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, what is the most important thing about this prison? We need to know right now.
They are holding who I believe is your friend in the central room away from me. She is like the warden, but the warden has been taking a cruel enjoyment over themselves.
What does that mean?
She has an outlet for everything she hates about herself now.
Oh no. Okay.
And she will not be here much longer. They are taking her with a number of the people who have been re-educated here to the Wicker Grove.
Right. For the Astral Heart ceremony.
Yes.
And what do they want? Sorry, what do they want from you? How did they capture you in the first place?
I have been here throughout the entirety of her crusade. This has been my home for more years than I can count.
Well, you should eat something still. You may need your strength soon.
You see them stand and they start walking towards that plate of food. They'll take it and they will message you back. This is largely performative because, as I said, I don't technically need to eat anymore, but...
Well, still. Okay, good luck. Stay safe. And, thank you.
Evie. Your mind is greater than anything I have ever seen. If anyone can stop what is going on with the Calistigian Order, it is you and those you surround yourself with.
I think Evie forms like several thoughts and doesn't say anything. Um, oh, not Rose and Maya misty-eyed in the chat. Uh, okay, Evie. At this point, we are probably pushing it with the
Yeah.
Vim is like,
invisibility spell.
you're very close. Like, Vim, at this point, you're
Okay.
tugging on Evie.
It's a trap.
We should go. We should go. We should go.
Yeah, let's get back.
You return to the group.
Yeah.
You can fill them in on everything that happened.
Yeah.
Luna, you said something that you wanted to mention about the Millis situation.
Oh, I have forgotten. It is not important.
Okay.
Okay. So first things first, they are re-educating people in the prison, and I don't think it is in a scholastic academic way. I do think it is in a horrible, mind-wiping, sad kind of way.
Classic
Um,
prison camp brainwashing scenario, yes.
is that common?
There's a whole
Well-
training manual page in the Goblin Horde guidebook for it,
For
actually.
the prisoners of war section.
Evie, who prizes her mind over almost anything else in the universe, looks horrified that you have said that so casually.
Feels a little like
Uh,
war crimes, but okay.
She was part of
They're
the Goblin Horde.
goblins.
That whole thing was a war crime.
Evie doesn't have a whole lot of context for that, I think.
For war crimes.
Okay.
Be war, do crimes.
We thought maybe that they had been pulled because they had sensed a message coming through the window and wasn't sure who in the room was on the receiving end of it, but all the rooms on either side had also been pulled, and when they were brought back, the rooms further down the hall were also pulled, so it is something that they are doing routinely.
So, just to do a head count, we are specifically rescuing the captain, Millis, and now Good Polity?
I don't think Evie's gotten to that part of the story yet.
never
She was
mind.
starting chronologically.
Never mind
so,
then.
so
I rescind that comment.
no worries. So then she goes, and then I think the ride back was also in complete silence. Then we went to go see Tolatio, and this version of him
Told you where the captain is.
was, yes, he did tell me where the captain is, because he was very nice.
Was he nice in the
And-
way that you thought he was nice before?
Nice in a way that I was not aware was feasible. I think he really actually cared about his Evie, and his Luna. And I probably should have asked him about Myark and Myrtle, but I did not, because I was a little bit overwhelmed.
That's okay.
Understandable.
But he was very sweet, and he told me that Cypress is in the central chamber with the warden, and that the warden is taking out a lot of their own personal issues on the captain.
Oh,
So
we
we
need
should
to go
Oh,
there.
no.
Probably get in there sooner rather than later.
So we rescue the captain. We rescue Millis. We rescue Tolatio.
I think so.
If
And
Evie
also-
says he is nice, then he is nice.
General jailbreak seems like a good idea for sowing chaos.
Yes.
That is what we had discussed
And
earlier.
Most everybody in there probably dislikes the Calistigian Order.
Yes, so those three
Well, except
specifically we want
for-
to get out, but also general jailbreak sounds good.
But just remember, though, that a lot of them have been re-educated and may not run when they are instructed to or given an opportunity.
I think it is.
Uh,
We throw
If
open the
only
gates and
you all
whoever
had
runs,
some
runs.
way
Whoever
to
doesn't, we don't
break-
I was
stop
going to
for.
say, don't we have a cleansing smite that can
You have a
cleanse the
cleansing
influence
smite?
of the Calistigian
We have a
Order?
general big cleansing smite thing.
Oh, that's right. That whole thing that we like
Oh.
warped the universe to create.
Yes.
Oh,
The things I forget.
We just need to get that hope cascade going. We give a couple people hope, gets bigger, influences more
Mhm.
people. Hope
Yes.
is contagious.
the
Don't
whole
forget,
pyramid
chat, you
scheme.
can
Yes,
buy, You
yes.
can buy hope for the party.
Please, by hope.
Buy hope today and receive a tiny extra hope.
And I think as our party steals their plans, we will cut away from them for a moment and return to the Wicker Grove,
No, I don't want to go there.
where we see Nito stood in a room alone, chained, unmoving. And then a very saddened Sildano walks in. Please know that I will only resort to this if I need to. And as she walks out, the shadow of the three-headed ogre necromancer looms over Nito. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Good
Thank
thing
you
I
all
have no
so
knowledge
much
of that.
for coming to tonight's
This
episode of The Astral Calling.
bitch!
Join us next time as our party does a prison break. Bye-bye.
Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum.